Kenya Revenue Authority Commissioner General Humphrey Watanga was put on the spot to explain why the agency is backing a controversial clause in the Finance Bill of 2025. The provision would grant the KRA automatic access to trade secrets and personal data of Kenyan citizens. In addition, the authority has been accused of breaching data privacy through its iTax business registration platform. With just a taxpayer's PIN, the portal reportedly reveals sensitive personal information, including contacts, email addresses, residential location, and place of employment.
Matunda
TV. My people, when we say reject Finance Bill 2025 for a minute, let me tell you, this time ni kumoto. Mulifikiria ya last year hata ilikuwa favor ya this time? Hakuna kupumua. Let me go straight to the point. Kuna kitu ya kwanza inaitwa neonatal tax. When you bring a new creature to the world, yani Mungu akikubless na mtoto, President Ruto alikaa chini akafikiria, these people have to pay tax for giving birth. Imagine na halishi mtoto. Number 2, let's go to VAT. VAT it affect kila mtu, whether you're poor, whether you're rich. Imagine it increase from 16% to 18%, whereby all goods will be taxed. Mpaka zile goods zilikuwa zero rated, they have to be taxed. Kitu kama mkate, soda, mafuta yani everything will be taxed. Number 3, let's go to pay slip. Wale watu wa pay slip, sijui kama mnapumua tafadhali. Are you really breathing? Because hii finance bill haijawa favor hata kidogo. Imewangoa kuwangoa. And let me tell you, this government is not joking. This is dictatorship of the highest order. Because if we continue controlling these Kenyans, tunaumia. Number 4, it goes to landowners. Whether the land is leased, whether the land is from inheritance, lazima ulipe 10% of that particular land. You can imagine. Alafu it has gone to a point, it may affect mpaka wakulima. If you're going to produce something from that particular land, you have to pay 5% of the production from that particular land. Kama utakuwa umepanda sukuma wiki, nyanya, or whatever stuffs, you have to pay 5%. You can imagine. Alafu, kuna wale watu wa KRA. Imagine kama umefanya kazi yako, whatever the amount you have in your M-Pesa, they have to snoop in. Yani lazima wacheck what you have in your M-Pesa without your authority. Serikali inataka kumonitor account yako. Tell me, we have to drain the swamps to this point because no. Hii hatuwezi kubali. Hata nimesikia kutapika, wacha nitoke hapa. Tawaendeleshia kwenda kesho. The same video I did in January when they gave us the proposal. Nilifanya January this video here. And most of the people are like, wewe umejulia wapi? Information unatoa wapi? Kazi yako ni kuongea tu. Anyway, it's out. And few weeks, your finance bill ipitishwe isipitishwe. So, jawabu ni kwako. Aluta. Anyway, Kenya.
Finance Bill 2025 proposals zimetokea and trust me, ya last year walikuwa wamewahurumia. So here are the highlights, ndio msiseme amkuambia. At number 1 yenye ita affect kila mtu ni VAT. VAT imepanda from 16% to 18% on all goods. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha hadi zile products zenye zilikuwa zero rated kama maziwa, bread, maize flour, wheat flour, all the flours zenye zilikuwa zero rated hazikuwa zinakuwa taxed. Saa hii zitakuwa zinataxiwa 18%. That means kama unanunua maziwa ama bread at 65 shillings from July 2025 utakuwa unanunua the same product at 75 shillings. If you own land, you're going to be paying 10% of the value of that land as taxed. Haijalishi kama uko na freehold ama ni leasehold. Any land in Kenya, kama uko na shamba Kenya, utakuwa unailipia 10%. Wakulima, poleni kwa sababu mtakuwa mnalipa 5% tax on your product. So kama unauza coffee, avocado, tea leaves, any agriculture product, mahindi, utakuwa unalipa 5% of kenye umevuna ama kenye umeuza. 5%. Kumbuka umeshalipia shamba 10%, na hiyo shamba ikikupea avocado, hii avocado kumbuka utailipia tax. Okay? Yeah. Employed ninjas. Pay imepanda from the maximum ilikuwa 35%. Sai wamepropose ipande up to 37.7%. Na the least earning walikuwa wanakuwa taxed at 10%. Sahi wana propose iende mpaka 25%. Kumbukeni, hapa bado haujalipa shisha, haujalipa affordable housing, haujalipa NSSF, haujalipa pension, haujalipa just release her. Ulidhani 2025 ndo utazaa? Unfortunate for you, ukizaa unalipa tax. Okay? Mungu akikubariki na mtoto, unalipa tax juu ya kuzaa.
Hi, good people. Let me break down the finance bill as the series continues, as we prepare to go through the finance bill 2025, and I have a copy, and I have read it. This finance bill is not adding taxes directly, lakini proposals za kuongeza taxes zimefichwa through amending other laws. So we are amending other laws. For example, we are amending Data Protection Act. We are amending Tax Procedures Act. We are amending Excise Duty Tax Act. We are amending Value Addition Act. We are amending many so that we can be able to reach you. Now, I served in the National Assembly of the 12th Parliament. We passed a very critical law called Data Protection Act. That is a law that protects the government from invading your personal data, personal accounts, getting to know how much you earn, how much you save, and so on and so forth. However, the finance bill proposal that has been presented in the National Assembly says and recommends removing the limitation of preventing the Commissioner of Tax from demanding that taxpayer shares information or integrate systems for data sharing. Integrating system ni kusema nini? Your bank account can be integrated in the KRA system so that when you're paid, KRA knows you're paid. KRA is able to follow payments, is able to follow your money from data sharing function. Personal information can also be shared. Now, the risk of this, opening this gap, is that trade secrets can be exposed. Every business person has their own trade secrets. Biashara yoyote iko na maficho pahali unafanya kazi, hutaki kila mtu ajue pahali munalipana, and those trade secrets are going to be exposed. Now, the other loophole that is subject to misuse is politics. That now, if, for example, I am competing against you, I can go to KRA, get your information, get to know how much money you have in the account, get to know who trades with you, who does business with you, and interfere with you, and use that information against you politically or otherwise. By the way, hii kifunguka, turuhusu KRA to integrate systems za data. Kwa mabenki, kwa M-Pesa, kwa SACCOS, hii ataboma itabomoa. Because there are some spouse partners who don't want to share what they invest, how they invest, how much money they have put in their savings and their social security and such like things. Yeah? Wale watu wako na mabibi wawili watatu ama wako na concubine, si watapatikana. Kwa hivyo nyinyi ndio mtadecide kama hii itapita ama itapita. Lakini the proposal to remove the limitation preventing the Commissioner of Tax from demanding information from the taxpayers, making sure that data systems are integrated so that they can be able to share your information, trade secrets, personal information, is in the Finance Bill 2025. Ipite, isipite. It's up to you.
Okay. Reject Finance Bill 2025 is officially trending on Twitter. Okay? And I wanted this time we to go focused. Okay? And we are gonna separate the wheat from the chaff. Okay? The people, we're gonna separate the nation from the state. Okay? The reason nimefurahi cause imeanza kutrend, it's cause now it's outside of NIS rats control. You know, they've been disseminating Reject Finance Bill 2025 to gauge and see. Okay, but now when you start to see it trending, and we are almost in June, it means it's not going down. So it's beyond the state's control. Okay, and one way that you will, we've been telling you about this NIS rats for months, and now the sasa venye sasa mnaweza wajua vizuri online, they're parroting reject, but are they calling for occupation of state house? Because we're occupying state house. We are not we already occupied. Last year we rejected finance bill and occupied parliament. Okay, this year we are rejecting the finance bill and occupying state house. Okay, that's it. It's not we are not, it's not demos. We're not going to dance and sing shitty songs. We are storming government institutions. This is simultaneous in the whole country. It's not just a Nairobi thing. It's not just the state house in Nairobi that's gonna be stormed. We have how many state lodges in Kenya? Separate the mnapenda sana kujifanya, oh, I dress sijui she's been sijui hogwash. Last year it was reject the finance bill and occupy parliament. This year, reject the finance bill and occupy state house. Simple. It's simple. I don't think it can be simplified further than that.
Occupy Parliament Season 2 is loading. The 21st of this month. It will be on a Thursday when the President is expected to be in Parliament giving the State of the Nation address. Finance bill is back. Everything we resisted on June 25th is back on the floor of the House. It's time we reclaim our independence and say no to taxes. Remember, they are imposing a 15% tax on social media. Imagine. Just imagine. I love this. This is fantastic. It's another great opportunity to show up for our motherland.
Reject Finance Bill 2025. I'll repeat in Swahili. Tunakataa mswada wa bajeti wa mwaka wa 2020. Fill it up. Mulienda shule. There is no way nitatoka mjengo. Foreman akona akili ameniekea 2 bob zangu kwa M-Pesa, but the KRA still wants to snoop on how much I have in my M-Pesa. Secondly, Ruto akitengatanga huku kama mwenda wazimu, aliambia watu watawekea wifi. Anyone who has those logins? So that stupid woman wants to bring a bill to parliament so that tupewe mita ya kutuangalia tunatumia bundles ya pesa ngapi. Do you motherfuckers buy us bundles? Do you pay for our wifi? Where?
Muamke, your members of parliament, after getting an additional 363,000 as mileage allowance, will be taking home 1.4 million Kenya shillings. Our doctors and teachers still have not gotten their salary increment. That is the bunge that we have.
Hi guys. So, kama unalipa rent, kama wewe ni landlord, ama kama ulikuwa na plan kujenga, think twice. If the finance bill passes, the finance bill 2025 passes, kitakuramba. Kama unalipa rent mahali, either kwenye unaishi ama ume rent ka shop, pia kama wewe ni landlord uko na apartments, ama pia kama una own a property in an urban area, be it Nairobi, Eldoret, Kisumu, Nakuru, Mombasa. If the finance bill 2025 passes, kitakuramba. Hata wewe mwenye una nyumba, umerenti nyumba, unaishi kwa mtu, kitakuramba. Do you know how? The finance bill ikipita, kuna so many taxes zimeongezwa kwa already existing taxes, which means commodity prices are commodities are construction na rent and everything inaenda kupanda. Check my next video because I've detailed it na nime explain what's really happening.
Hello, Bwana President. You told us that we don't celebrate about the good news. The good news yenye umetuletea leo ni paye imepandishwa from 35% to 38%. Housing levy imepandishwa from 1.5 to 2.5% yenye itakuwa inakatwa kwa salaries. SHA imetolewa from 2.75 to 3%. Is that one not expensive? Meter levy from 50 to 100. Sasa unatuambia hizo ndio good news. Huh? What kind of good news?
Hey fam, the streets are calling again. They arrested Rose Njeri, and most of you who don't know who's Rose Njeri is an activist who created a website where we can read, understand, and reject the Finance Bill 2025 because of the hidden policies that they put in there. But now, for that action alone, Rose has been arrested. She's being held at Pangani police station, and they are terming that as a dangerous kind of an act. So tell me, the government of today, Ruto's government, every day they want to speak about democracy. Ruto was there the other day apologizing to the whole nation on national television how sorry they are. And yet, people still don't have freedom to express themselves. People still don't have the freedom and right to speak their mind. Tell me what is so wrong with someone creating a website where people, the citizen, educating citizen. I thought civil education was something that is protected by the Constitution. Release Rose Njeri, otherwise the streets will be calling.
The green light given to the Finance Bill 2025 by Cabinet comes with memories of the anti-tax protests that led to the death of its predecessor in 2024. With countrywide demonstrations that were about defiance in the face of punitive tax proposals that were forced through a biddable parliament beholden to the executive despite a public outcry.
We commit this cabinet and the agenda that we have for the deliberations in this cabinet.
According to a cabinet dispatch seen by Citizen TV, the bill seeks to seal loopholes to enhance financial efficiency in relation to tax expenditures. In a bid to cool public angst over rising taxes, the bill, according to the dispatch, seeks to amend Income Tax Act, Value Added Tax Act, Excise Duty Act, and the Tax Procedures Act in a movement to seal legal gaps